good morning. This is Dr. Cool Auto
Did
Fix.
you just say iPhone died? Oh, please. When are we going to the barrier? Reserve some cappuccino right there. I'm coming.
Put the 17mm socket here and poke it downward. Clockwise. Contribute to showing it. Look at. Then this is oil reset. Go ahead. Let's see. My reset. Okay, starting the car. Look at this, guys. This is Dr. Cool Auto Fix. Leaks. The simple gasoline is all you need, so you just pour it here and let's see if it's gonna leak out.
Oh, that was awesome. Do it again.
And turn on the ignition on. So we're gonna go ahead right here and press it. I'm about to make some people mad because someone stopped.
Brother, don't do this. This is not good for the business. Don't do this.
I'm gonna tell you how we roll. You know what? You let me slide, I'll let you slide. We both win. I've ate this money and I ain't paying back. And you're gonna start up. Whatever shit anyone has done to you, it's none of my business.
Headaches, some running stomach, some nausea. What the heck am I saying? Oh, sorry. That wasn't meant for this video. It's for the other video, please. It was for the other.
Afternoon, guys. This is Dr. Cool Auto Fix. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing great. Welcome to another interesting edition here. If you're coming to my channel for the first time, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification. Easy piece of cake. It doesn't even cost a thing. It's absolutely free. And meanwhile, you can unsubscribe at any time. So here we go. I want to help you in another part again. Today it's going to be about security system immobilizer. Can someone say immobilizer? Immobilizer. Where is immobilizer? Immobilizer is anti-theft system, anti-theft system, as most of you Americans are going to call it, which is actually designed or engineered to prevent unauthorized access into your car. And this actually makes it possible that if you have only a key to your car, then unauthorized access, any other person who don't have your key should not gain entrance to your car. But there's a whole lot of things that goes on when you misplace the only key that is coded to start and communicate effectively with the part system, the anti-theft program in your car. Any key which you attempt to put inside it is going to be rejected, and this is going to be often showed as a green light flashing on your dashboard. Some cars is going to flash yellow, some will flash red. So this all varies by car make and model and their own configuration. Most Hyundai, you see green light, green key. So this is not a typical case where you see a green light in traffic and you start driving. No, this is where you see the green light and you stop. And if it doesn't stop, the car is not going to stop. So this is a typical case where you have a crank no start yet. So the first cause of green light or red light or yellow light flashing in your cluster gauge is a 40 key chip. Now the 40 key chip, for every key, every car key, do I even have one here? When the key you have, there is a transponder chip that is somewhere there. Most of them are often powered by little battery. Some are not powered by little battery. Some have their own way of transmitting the signal to the key ring, which is somewhere. The key ring, which is somewhere here. Each time you put the key, you don't actually know that there's a level of communication, advanced communication that occurs between here and your key, which you have. So when that transponder chip goes bad, a whole lot of problem comes on. Your car will crank and not start. There's some cars it will not even crank, not to talk about starting. Number two cause of green light flashing, if this is a Hyundai or Peugeot, is going to be having a recently replaced built-in system interface. What is the system interface? Built-in system interface, BSI. BSI is some sort of another control module that is integrated with the relays. You will often find this in Nissan. You see this also in Honda Civic. You see this also in Peugeot. So if you replace some of the fuse, and they varies, I mean their own location varies. In Peugeot you see it underneath the steering column. Honda you see it underneath the steering column. But in Nissan you see it inside the engine bay. You will see some relays and fuse there. So in your own mindset you actually think that this is just a simple relay panel, and you just go ahead and replace it because of aging and some sort of a partial contact, loose contact that is created due to removing and socketing the fuse or the relays that's creating loose contact that make your car to shut down randomly. And when you replace that, you start having a green light. So you'll be needing to reprogram that very BSI, built-in system interface, in order for it to communicate effectively with the TCM and the ECM, as much as the key immobilizer system. Number 3 cause of green light flashing or red light key flashing on your dashboard is a faulty immobilizer. When the immobilizer system gets bad, maybe due to power surge or some sort of maybe the connectors that gives power to it just got broken, or the pins are bent or corroded due to moisture at the long run of usage, it doesn't communicate effectively with the other rest of the modules inside the system, such as the TCM, ECM, body control modules. And when this happens, you might successfully unlock your car, but trying to start up the car, you start seeing the key light flashing. So go ahead, when you're troubleshooting a car that they have a green light flashing, go ahead and check for this immobilizer, because it could be faulty. Replace it and reprogram it into the system, and your car should start up and the green light should stop, or red or blue or purple light should stop. Number 4 cause of red light or green light flashing is a bad transmitter of the transponder chip. Some of them can be around here, some others have a part inside the underneath the steering column here. This is very much common with Nissan, and if you have any of these for any reason, there is any damage, any mechanical damage or some sort of corrosion or some sort of part failure due to mechanical problem or electrical, you start seeing the light flashing right there, like the key sign flashing. And when this key light started flashing, you will be unable to start up your car. Number 5 cause of green light or blue light or green light flashing on your car dashboard is simply replacing the battery, but this time not just replacing the battery with the key in the ignition. Removing the battery without removing the key from the ignition can create a whole lot of mess. There are some cars, when you do it, you will have to reprogram, get another key for it. You have to start doing a whole lot of reset process, a whole lot of programming process, build a new key, chip and all that in order to get the car started up. So each time you're trying to remove your battery, maybe out of a good gesture to help someone whom his car is actually stopping on the road because the battery is dead, kindly remove your the ignition switch, which is here, before removing your battery. Number 6 cause of green light flashing on your dashboard, are we number 68, is blown fuse. A blown fuse can be a common cause of key light flashing on your dashboard. This is also very similar. You can often see this with Nissan, Hyundai. They have a dedicated fuse. Not just only that, even that of Peugeot, they have a dedicated fuse for their immobilizers. Right? So if this for any reason have a surge of power and it blow, the fuse blow, it's going to be a discommunication between your key and the immobilizer. So whichever key, even the main key which you have tried to use to start up the car, will not start the car, and you start seeing key light flashing on your dashboard. So when you find when your key is flashing on your dashboard and your car will not start or crank sometimes, you want to check the fuses. If anyone is blown related or non-related to immobilizer, go ahead and replace it with their which it has been rated for, to avoid other expensive repair. Number 8 cause of, are we number 8 yet? I don't know, you do the counting. All right, I'll leave you to do the counting. Cause of key light flashing on your dashboard is a faulty or incorrect key. When we say a key is incorrect, there's a difference between a faulty key and incorrect key. When the key is faulty, it could be broken, the transponder chip is broken, so that's actually the number 1. But incorrect key is where the key looks similar, but the other one is not coded. They have been cut. You cut it, the blade is the same, but the chip there has not been programmed into the system, anti-theft system. And in as much as you didn't program it or to the body control module, it's still going to look at it like the incorrect key. So when you insert it inside the key ignition switch, you start seeing a blue, black, red, blue, all sort of light that actually flash about key and prevent your car from starting. Number 8 cause of key light flashing on your dashboard is a bad battery that is actually low. The battery could be low because of excessive amp draw, weak, or need a replacement, and you try to crank the car over, it doesn't crank the car faster. There are some cars making model that have created the car or manufacture their car that it can be able to work within some certain parameters which the voltage level in the battery remains, let's say from 11.9 to 12, but some also engineer theirs that as soon as it's less than 11, the car should not start no matter what happened. Honda, for instance, and a lot of other which I can be able to list within the framework of this very content here. So make sure that you have your battery fully charged when trying to resolve a problem relating to key light flashing. The number 9 cause of key light flashing is also another barrier. This barrier time again is most oftentimes for key fobs, right? That is a smart key system where you don't use key to start up your car. So for those ones there, the barrier not only just powered the remote, it's also powered the electronic transmitter chip that actually communicates with your ignition key switch system. So if that barrier run down, mercury barrier run down, or lithium barrier run down out of juice, you will try to start it, it's not going to actually recognize it because it doesn't project any signal, it doesn't transmit any signal to the key ring ignition switch key ring which is present in your car. So it's going to create a discommunication, and when that discommunication happens, your major key, the main key, is going to be perceived as the wrong key. So go ahead and open your remote key fob and replace the battery, and this should be able to solve the problem. The communication should be back online. So that is basically for smart keys, car with smart key system, that you need to do this. So this last one as a bonus, when you have a key light flashing on your dashboard and you've done all those things, which all these components which I've actually listed and factors, and you've actually forfeited them, and still yet you're having a green key or blue or yellow, red flashing, that it doesn't it prevents your car from cranking or prevent your car from starting when it cranks, then you could be having a bad TCM. And in this case, in some cars, you're not going to be replacing only the TCM. You should be replacing the engine control module and the TCM of your car. You need to replace this too and code it back into the system, and the car should start up and running after the whole thing. In some other cars, it varies though, right? It varies. Which I'm going to say is 12th. The 12th one, BSI. If you have a 40 BSI, for any reason that you replace it in Peugeot, you're going to be needing to reprogram a new kit with it, right? So, and if the BSI for any reason is bad, you're going to be needing to reprogram another one, and there are some other modules that you have to get also in order to be able to run that program successfully, to program it. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources to be able to teach you how to run that program right now in my channel, but you should have it at the back of your mind that if you have replaced all those, I've found this kind of problem before in Nissan. A person just removed the battery terminals, and the ECM and the TCO went in for it. So, but you should have it at the back of your mind. You need to confirm before you do it, so you don't end up wasting your money, or you get some sort of a replacement from a junkyard, so it's easy costs. All right. So guys, I hope you find this very helpful to resolving your car problem. And if this doesn't solve your problem, drop me a comment below this very video description, provided that you are my subscriber and have your notification turned on. I remain Dr. Quarterface. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.